Hi guys, this is our tutorial on budget constraints. It's a very simple concept, and in this tutorial we're going to see how to sketch out budget constraints and how movements in prices and income affects our affordability. So what it really does is it shows you what a feasible bundle is. So anything below here, below this constraint, is affordable, and above here in this direction is what's desirable. And this is going to be useful when we do utility maximization. So the idea of a budget constraint is pretty simple. It's saying that your income is equal to the money you spent on good X, which is price of X times the quantity of good X, plus price of good Y times the quantity of good Y. Now, in order for me to draw this out, I need to rewrite this in y equals mx plus b format, because you're seeing here this is the y-axis, this is the x-axis. So I want to rewrite this as y equals mx plus c format. So this becomes byy equals negative bx times x plus I. And finally, I get y equals negative bx over by times x plus I over by. And so this is the exact format that we need to plot this out. The slope is bx over by. So the slope of the line is the price ratio. The y-intercept, which tells me what's the most amount of good Y I can buy when you spend nothing on X, right? That's all your income spent on good Y is going to be the most you can buy of good Y is all your income divided by price of Y. Similarly, the most you can buy of good X is income divided by P of X. So that's how you plot your basic budget constraint. Now let's look at some of the movements or shifts or pivots of our budget constraint. Changes in income, very straightforward. So I'm just rewrite this out. Just as a habit, you should always know what the slopes and intercepts are. So this is I over px, and this is I over by. Now what if I get I prime, like my income goes up? What happens? I will just have a rightward shift, a parallel shift of the budget line. So the slope doesn't change because the prices didn't change, but intercepts will be newer intercepts. So you get more of both goods. I prime over by. What if my income goes down? Well, then it's a parallel shift inwards, right? So it's going to be I double prime over px, and similarly, and the slope of all these is the same slope. So it's a parallel shift. Slope stays constant, intercepts change. What happens if price of one of the goods changes? So for instance, remember the y-intercept is I over by, and so if price of x changes, let's say it goes up, this point is not going to be changed. So your line is going to pivot from your y-intercept. If price of x goes up, recall that the slope is negative px over by. So if price of x goes up, then this becomes steeper, like this. So the new slope is going to be negative px, right? The higher price over by, and the intercept, new intercept is I over px prime. What if the price goes down? Well, then the line pivots out and this becomes a flatter line. So this is negative px double prime over by, and obviously this is going to give me a higher intercept. I am able to buy more of good X because it's cheaper, right? So expensive shifts the line inwards, pivots the line inwards, and cheaper pivots the line outwards, and you're able to buy more amount of good X because it's cheaper, but the good Y doesn't change because obviously the price of good Y didn't change and your income didn't change. Similarly, very similarly, what happens if price of good Y changes instead? So this guy is fixed because X is not changing, price of good X is not changing. The slope is px over by with a negative. So if price of Y decreases, that means I should be able to buy more Y than before, which means this pivots up. Right, so this is going to be I over by prime. So I should be able to buy more Y. If price of Y goes up, then it rotates inwards, right? So this is I over by double prime. So both these are going to change the slope, right? So this makes it steeper, this makes it flatter. So this is going to be negative px, the same px, but a lower by, right? So that's why this is a steeper line. Let's do a quick example. What if, so I'm just plotting out what the numbers are saying. The slope here is going to be negative px over py, so that's just negative 1/2. My x-intercept is going to be 100 over 1, right? So the most I can buy of good x is if I put all my money in good x, that is 100 units of x. What's the most I can buy of good y? Well, if I put all my money in good y, so that gives me 50. So that's how you plot this out. Super simple. This one's slightly more interesting because this has a kinked budget constraint. So this is saying, so this is actually dealing with what we are going through right now with the coronavirus. Suppose that we have two goods, food and face masks, and so your income's 10, price of food is 2, and price of face mask is 1, but only as long as you buy less than 2 masks, or less than equal to 2 masks. The moment you buy the third one, the price is going to go up. So we do this to ration face masks, right? So everyone needs a mask, meaning the first two, you have a cheaper price, maybe subsidized even, but as you go to the third or the fourth mask, then the price goes up. That's to discourage you from buying too many masks. So if I plot this out, so let's say this is my food axis, and this is my masks. So the most I can buy of food is 5 units of food, right? 10 divided by 2, that's 5. Now, typically, if masks were just $1 each, I should be able to buy 10 masks, and this would be my straight line. But the thing is, I can't actually buy 10 masks because the price doesn't stay at 1. So let's say, how do I figure out where the kink is? Well, the price changes after 2 masks, so that's right here. So up till 2 masks, I can afford this. This means I need $2 to buy 2 masks, and so I can have $8 left, so I can buy 4 units of food. But for the third mask, the price is now $2. So once I have bought 1 unit of food, 4 units of food, I have how much money left? Well, I will have $2 left, and so I spend it on masks. But what if I want to buy more masks? The price here is going to be $2, so this line is going to bend inward. If I spend $8, the remaining $8 on masks, I don't actually get 8 more masks. I will only get 4 more masks. So I will be here, somewhere here. So the additional money here doesn't get me. So this is going to be 2 plus, yeah. So this is going to be 6, right? So this is our kinked budget constraint. So thank you for watching. Let us know if you have any comments. Please like, comment, subscribe.